Welcome everybody, we're entering the Zotac Cup. We're going to have a nice time. We're going to go ahead and just start obsing these two players. We'll be having IES Fireball, who is also known as DBS. He's going to be the blue Terran in the top right, going up against Ogna, who is going to be the purple Terran in the bottom left. So we're going to be starting out this game with Ogna saying lag, GS admin has left the game, and we're going to go ahead and just enjoy this. I know nothing about Ogna, however, DBS over here in the top right, who is IS Fireball, is someone who's definitely well known, very strong Terran player, who is very competitive on the European scene. So he's going to come in and enjoy this North American Zotac Cup, and we'll see exactly what he's going to be able to accomplish against Ogna, a player I don't really know about, but at the very least he is hitting lots of buttons, so he should be okay. But DBS is made to somehow get his APM to be much higher, so just a fun thing to take a look at that in the beginning part of this game. So TVT is a very interesting matchup, and on Tal'Darim especially, as we could be in for a very long, intense macro game between these two players. We have a lot of drops and aggression. Banshee play is definitely a possibility that will be a little bit weak in these cross positions, but it's just one of those TVT openers you always have to mention because it is quite common and a lot of players feel comfortable doing it. However, both players are mirroring their builds at the start, and we've got this going in. Looks like DDE. Yeah. So I'll try and get DDE in for the next couple games. So we are dropping right now. So we're going to watch Ogna as he will go ahead and moving in here. And so refinery is down. Pretty much no refinery down at all for Ogna. He might be going for a gasless fast expand. He's going to throw down his refinery a little bit late, but without any kind of type of gas, he'll probably get in a command center very quickly. While DBS is just playing standard, probably going to go for his maybe a Reaper expand. That's another build that's pretty popular for fast expands by Terran lately on, especially in TVT, as you can really do some harassment, be aggressive. But he's going to throw down his next supply depot and work on walling this front. He'll need to go ahead and probably bring the Reaper up on this side if he does decide to do that. He is getting out a Marine, though, with queued up behind it, so it looks like it will not be a Reaper expansion from him. Ogna, on the other hand, looks like he's looking around for the scout. There is the scout. And Ogna is really climbing up in the minerals. I'm definitely going to be expecting command center for him very quickly. It's just a matter of if he puts it down in the main or straight to his natural. And he is sitting down in SCV, so we should be seeing the command center becoming that green highlighted building in a second. There we go. There's the command center going down. We do have a factory going down for DBS along with a reactor. So he might be going for a reactor Hellion, which is another very common build. He'd be able to go ahead and be aggressive against a fast expand from Ogna, but he's going to have to be wary because one bunker filled with some Marines, and those Hellions are not going to be doing very much damage at all unless he just decides to run them around and try and just go straight to the mineral line, completely circumventing all the units that would be up at the front in order to defend. So Ogna is still gasless. He's thrown down 2 more barracks, so he's going to be relying heavily on Marines at the start of this game. So if he can go ahead and do that... Oh, actually, it looks like a supply depot is canceled, and we're going to see the command center being thrown down instead. So DBS can go ahead and try and get out his own fast economy after getting... There's the double Hellions. He's going to need another supply depot, though, in order to really be able to continue his production. It looks like this will be a supply depot. And it is. So there we have the double gas being thrown down by Ogna. Marines are continuing to be produced. He'll be able to go get a couple add-ons for these barracks once these refineries do get a little bit going on, but he could easily just build a Marine from each of those barracks and then work on getting that out. So here we have the command center done. We're going to get the orbital command up, and now he's going to have double mules, double SCVs, while DBS is going to need to go ahead and finish this command center, but we can get that same kind of income out there. However, he is going for the much faster tech play. His starport is going down. He's continuing to build Hellions, so he can easily follow up this this expansion with a double Hellion drop, theoretically. He's going to be able to get the reactor on top of the starport. If we continue to produce his Hellions, he can easily go ahead and do a Marine Hellion drop in 2 different spots. Maybe the Hellions over here and the Marines down here or something. It could be a very good way to try and get a few SCV kills and get the lead in economy into his favor. I mean, as of right now, these players have pretty much identical workers, but now this command center is just now completing, so pretty much it's evened out in that economic sense, but the tech tech is so far in favor of DBS that is definitely good for him. Now we have these 4 Hellions ready to push forward against only Marines, but the Marines are spread nicely. DBS can get a nice splash damage shot, but he's losing 1 Hellion, pushing forward. He's going to go ahead and push forward and go ahead and take out 1 or 2 more Marines maybe, but he's not going to get that many SCV kills, really, if any SCV kills. All of them are running away. Ogna may lose a single, yeah, there we go, just a single Marine loss. I don't think he even... Yeah, DBS maybe took out 1 SCV, but the Marines are damaged, and that's about it. Over here, we have Ogna just patrolling with this Marine, trying to just prevent any drops. These Hellions are going to move forward. They might actually just... I think he actually misclicked and tried to go for the watchtower, but didn't quite get there. So DBS has shown a nice little bit of threat with those Hellions, and he's just going to go ahead and transition into going for normal tank Marine type of play. Starport is getting its own reactor. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just build 2 medevacs while he could on top of that reactor and then just switch it off for the barracks, but I guess he really wants to emphasize the Marine production in order to get those very nice DPS units that really just associates with his name of DBS. So cheesy jokes aside, though, he's going to have a very nice Marine and tech force going down soon because of the fact that Ogna still does not have refineries at his natural. He's just on these barracks right now. This one factory is getting a reactor, same time as a starport, but we could be seeing a very heavy Marine-only style from Ogna in the beginning part of this game. Unless he's going to start getting in some Marauders and trying to add in the other bio units, it's just... maybe just Marines. I haven't really seen many people do straight Marine play in TVT. I know Poke Bunny used to do, I think DDE was experimenting with it a while ago, but I still remember seeing Poke Bunny do this a couple times. So now we have Ogna getting the double. There we go. There's going to be the double medevacs to be produced. He has enough money to go for the both at the exact same time right now, except he just spent money getting down the combat shield, so he's only going to be able to produce a single medevac as of yet, but there's a second one. Not too bad to have that going down. As for vision and what both players have seen, Ogna has not really tried to scout that much. DBS, on the other hand, if you look at his vision, he's gone ahead and scanned right here, and he saw the factory moving up, but he knows with this engineering bay and these barracks that it's going to be heavy bio play, specifically heavy Marines, but Ogna will start getting out his own tanks now that he has his factory out there. Still, DBS is ahead in the tech by a very nice margin. 2 tanks already out for him with siege mode. As for upgrades and everything, we can see that he is working on his double engineering base, so he's going to get out a nice bit of upgrades with that, while Ogna just has the 1 engineering bay, and it's actually pushing out with a large force of Marines. And the medevacs are going to be able to heal those few Marines that are still damaged from the earlier Hellions, but Fireball, aka DBS, is working on taking out these destructible debris, or rocks, whatever you want to call them. The point is they're destructible, and we can easily see a 3rd base coming out for DBS fairly soon. This is a nice bit that he just did, getting the sensor tower to watch out for those drops in the bottom. He has seen this army pushing forward as this Marine was having a nice job of just keeping himself alive at the watchtower, but no stim quite yet. It's about to finish. Now we're going to have these siege tanks sieging up. Nice shot going down there, and looks like 1 Marine will go down for Ogna, but he's got to be careful. He cannot engage this army directly in the front. I'm kind of waiting for him to get another expansion out over there because he's going to go for this very large Marine style, which can't really engage against the amount of tanks that DBS really has and is ready for. But Ogna could easily go ahead and do a drop right now, but DBS is just watching for this very carefully with this 1 Marine. Ogna is clearly not quite moving forward to kill this guy. He might just go ahead and go for frontal assault. Maybe a full-on... oh, look at that. Nice spotter of Marines. Still death to that 1 Marine down there. Ogna is still just basically producing a lot of Marines and tanks, and that's about it. Medevacs here, nice. There's me that drop, but DBS is so ready for that. He knows that Ogna cannot attack the front with the siege tanks and the Hellion right there to spot. So Ogna trying to do the one thing to be aggressive, and that's dropping in this position, but DBS is not going to be falling for that anytime soon. So now we got those 3 tanks, 4 tanks, 5 tanks. It's like count. It's like the count. You know that I'm called the Counts. Still, command center is out. We'll make some bad jokes and just continue going on. But we can see that, actually, well, look at all of these turrets that are being made over here. Ogna does not want to be dropped, and he's actually expanding here to the top left. So he's going to be going for the big eco play and trying to hide it. But if DBS just goes for any kind of drop play, moving along this part of the map to hit this place without being spotted, he'll be able to hit that base and probably take it out. 1 tank is on the low ground here to get a little bit of vision. the bottom. Nice bit of splash possibly, but Ogna is staying away from the vision. So now these 4 Marines are going to probably take out this 1 Marine. Yeah, it's not going to be too big of an issue there. Still, both players have combat shield. They both have stim. They're both looking pretty solid in terms of how their gameplay is progressing. They're not really being too aggressive. Ogna is trying to. He should definitely take out this sensor tower. That's a very nice bit of scan information for DBS, and somehow it's being allowed to live. But yeah, Ogna gets a nice kill on that Hellion. Goodbye to that sensor tower. And now Fireball is going to need to be careful. Ogna can't really push in against this. It seems that DBS is ahead in most counts. The SV count is pretty much identical. Marine count is a little bit in favor of Ogna, but the tank count is twice for DPS what Ogna has, and that is definitely good for those frontal assaults. Now we see Ogna getting the orbital command over here and getting the refineries. So he's not going to get a PF to stay defensive against drops. He's simply going to go for orbital command. Because PF doesn't quite defend against marine drops, as they can just easily stay back here and hit the mineral line without too much difficulty. So Ogna might as well get the orbital command and go for those mules to help his economy in that respect. But now we're going to see these Marines moving forward. They've got to be careful. It looks like, oh no, DBS? Okay, if he still had his tanks in his high ground, we would have just seen a death to probably that solid chunk of Marines. Not too much difficulty. But now, are we going to have a stim and a run forward? It looks like he really could do that, do damage. But Ogna has a siege tank sieged up over here, doing nice damage. And now we're going to have DBS sieging up, and now we see a huge amount of explosions on all those units. And Ogna is going to start losing every single unit that he has. Goodbye to the medevacs and everything. DBS controlling that very nicely, and just contentedly just sieges up, moves out, kills him, pulls back. Very nice job. Now you can see that Ogna's tanks were mostly over here, but he's sieging up in the middle of the map. He might be expecting DBS to be going for just a direct counterattack after killing off that much of the army, but Ogna doesn't quite see any attacks moving out. We can see that DBS should be able to maintain control of this. Actually, wait, is that Marine going to kill that Hellion? No. Barely that Hellion actually will survive. So Ogna is sitting here at 1-1 upgrades. DBS has his 1-1 upgrades, but if you take a look at what's being researched, DBS is about to finish his 2-2, and he's got this nice attack upgrades for the vehicles being upgraded as well. Ogna has got his own double engineering base, but is not using them to get the next set of upgrades. He actually just starts them now, as well as getting the vehicle weapons level 1. So he is behind to DBS, who is now officially finished at 2-2, and he's even actually working on the +3 attack. No +3 armor quite yet. He doesn't have the minerals or the gas for that upgrade, but still, what he wants is those DPS to really help him just deal with these guys, because if he can spread those Marines, he can even potentially take out this entire army with just Marines, if he's got the nice upgrades and the Marine count lead that he has. But Ogna's doing a great job of macroing up in response. DBS's third has been up and running for a nice bit of time, as in literally 4 seconds. As you can see, very little minerals have actually been mined. But Ogna's got his base up here in the top left, only muling to here, it seems. You can see his natural is and may going to last a lot longer, since all of his mules are going over here. He did just put down a 4th in the bottom left, so he's going to be able to really get his economy up. But DBS has a lead in certain key respects. Now we're going to see that, there you go, all of those units are being shown to be in the sensor tower. You can see DBS ready to try and flank them or do something. You even scan to make sure you can see what those units are. So you guys are ready to move forward. We can see that DBS is starting to get mined out in his main, but we might have a little bit of an engagement. You can see Ogna knows this army is there because he has the vision of the watchtower, but scanning for DBS, trying to get that nice positional advantage. Will he siege up? We're going to see Ogna sieging up, stimming happening, all these units moving in. We've got them attacking, nice splash damage from both players. Ogna's got a very good concave. All the Marines are going down for DBS, and Ogna is going to start pushing forward and dealing damage. Oh wow, even tanks here on the bottom. Really nice army engagement from those units, and that will allow Ogna to be in a beautiful position. He's now leading in the food count by about 20 or so, which is definitely solid stuff. And yeah, DBS saying, lol, that was so bad. He's fully aware of that bad army engagement. However, of all the matchups you can come back from, TVT is one of those ones that you can do, you can come back without too much difficulty if you just are continue to be aggressive, turtling, and can just not take too much more damage and just be wary of the trading of the opponent. You see DBS is not that far behind the food count. Ogna also has an additional 8 SCVs though. Now you see moving where it's stimming on all these Marines. You gotta be careful pulling back after the siege tank siege up, which they do. There's actually cancellation on that command center. Supply depot tanks a nice bit of damage. Looks like DBS has one tank that's in range. Ogna's just going to go ahead and retreat. Doesn't want to actually take away the advantage that he has by giving DBS a free army, as DBS can obviously just continue reinforcing from these barracks and everything that he has. You can see he's got a nice bit of production, 2 factories, 7 barracks, and this 1 starport that is not really making any medevacs. I'm kind of surprised that neither player has really done any drops trying to do some damage to their opponent, but oh, Ogna is going to siege up at this low ground. DBS is going to see this with the vision, and now we're going to have all those guys. Oh, goodbye to this refinery. It's going to force an army engagement from DBS. Going to try and flank, do something. This is starting looking like TVZ with that very nice tank position on the bottom, but stim on all of those Marines. DBS is going to take a lot of damage right now. He's out of position. Ogna is pushing forward. He will be able to take down the command center. Doesn't get canceled. Goodbye to that command center. You can see it got lifted off to try and stay alive, but that just means no gas income here, and that's what is worrisome. It's not a huge deal that there are so few minerals left. It's all that gas. Over 2,000 gas is still here and waiting to be mined. It looks like DBS was actually considering going for an attack, but look at the medevac count. 11 medevacs, 12 medevacs. Both these players have a huge amount of medevacs. It doesn't cost really much of anything when you have that so many medevacs to just take 8 Marines, take 16 Marines, and just go and do a drop somewhere. You can see Ogna is getting another base in this top left. Definitely playing very, very well, as all of these medevacs are pushing forward to the top, trying to go ahead and do this. But see, both players are pretty much maxed, but Ogna is so much more in the bank. He can remax a lot quicker than DBS, who is still on 3 bases. No 4th base for him, and that's what he really, really needs, because take a look at the base count for, oh, wait a second. All of those are ghosted cats. We're going to see nukes coming out of Ogna. That'd be crazy if those can really happen. Ogna's working on his 3-3 for his bio units. You can see that DBS has his 3-3 finished already. 2 attack on those tanks, 1 attack for Ogna. But this is craziness. We can see all of these nuclear missiles are queued up in every single one of those ghost academies. Ogna can definitely do some damage, force some unsieges from DBS. Even if the nukes don't really kill anything, it's awesome to have them. Plus, they are going to be able to really just psychologically damage DBS. We don't have any ghosts in production, though. Oh, there we go. Ghosts in production. 3 ghosts are in production for him. I don't know why, but I was just looking at DBS as if it was Ogna. But now we're finally going to see some drops from those 2 medevacs. Can easily push forward. This base is now done. And this base is going down here for Ogna as well. He's got a solid contain, and ghosts are one of those things that can really work on breaking that down. We have 2 Marines going to move forward and meet their demise. There we go. They die without too much difficulty, but all these guys did stim. Should be running and trying to do some damage. They could be trying to go down here, but wait a second. I just heard there's a nuke launching. Where is it launching? It's got to go somewhere. Look at the vision. Is it over here? No, there's a drop. Where is this nuke? It's got to be over here somewhere. I would assume, I don't know where else it would be. Those guys, oh, whoa, it's a defensive nuke! Oh my god, I barely caught the end of that defensive nuke pushing forward, but now we have all these ghosts going to go ahead and start down. There's sniping going down, but they're not going to be able to succeed, but there we have more snipes, and those ghosts, look at all this the influx of ghosts. They're doing a nice job of attacking. I'm so glad I caught the end of that nuke. That would have been so bad if I actually missed that. But now we have all of these Marines here. This one medevac has a Marine loaded up, and you can see that a drop down here did go ahead and attack down there. I'm kind of, where is the drop? Looks like that's the only drop that's left. Doing a nice bit of damage. I was too busy covering the nuke to take a look at the drop, but no worries there. Ogna is really in command of this game. DBS hasn't even gone for a hidden axle. You can see that there are all these spotter engineering bays to make sure that DBS can't get another expo. There's even an engineering bay building down here, so Ogna has one of the most commanding holds on a game that I've seen in such a long time. He's not risking too much by pushing in and losing everything. He's getting money up. He's now sacrificing SCVs to free up supply, and he can go ahead and get more of whatever he wants. This ghost is moving forward. He might actually call down a nuke on this spot. We see him pushing forward, but there's a scan that will go down. But there's another cloak ghost. But honestly, Ogna has ghosts to spare at this point. This is really looking solid play. But DBS has now taken this top base. Ogna is not quite aware that I don't remember if he had an engineering bay down there, but now we're going to have all these SCVs moving forward, and the worker count is going to be 68 to 62. Ogna can even sacrifice more if he wants to. He's not quite maxed yet. He's now just started building a bunch of more Marines, but now we're going to see that this base is going to go down. This command center has no hope of finishing, and DBS is just losing so many things. Wait, there's another nuke somewhere. Where is this nuke? Is it down? Oh, here's the nuke. When the DBS sees it, he's not going to lift off the orbital command and fly away. I mean, it's going to survive no matter what, but still, it's going to land and do a nice little bit of damage down there. It doesn't really kill anything else, so we can see that this ghost has no kills. It's calling... Is it calling a nuke? There's another nuke going down somewhere. Where are these nukes? Scanning down there. Where's the nuke? We can see that there's somewhere. There's a nuke. Oh no, all those SUVs. Oh god. Death. So that was a huge amount of kills. 47 kills on this ghost now. Now we have another defensive nuke down there. It's not going to work though. As we continue pushing forward, we can see that there's still so much attack going down there as all these players are moving forward. I mean, DBS is just going for a last-ditch counterattack. Look at the food count. He's so far down. Look at the worker count. 5 SCVs are left. 83 have been killed by Ogna in this game. This is an epic TBT. Ogna is doing so much damage right now. DBS is now in the production facilities, though. That's going to hurt Ogna just a tiny bit, but Ogna's in the production facilities of DBS, and DBS is going to be the one who's worse for wear in this base trade because Ogna can just start... Yeah, oh, look at that. Look at this, just remaxing the capability to produce all those units by getting all of those barracks. You can see him lifting them off down here, just going to be annoying. You can prevent the siege tank DPS from hitting those barracks down there, but right now DBS is floating off his command center. He cannot be happy right now. This game is not going well. He actually tried to land down here, it seems, but so much is under attack. I don't think there are any more nukes, but these nuclear silos are all still alive, but none of them seem to have a nuke ready to go ahead and attack, but DBS is doing a nice job of attacking down there, but with this kind of production, this is not good. You can see all these supply depots being remade. The thing is that Ogna has 57 SCVs. He can reproduce anything he wants, while DBS only has 2 SCVs left, and they're... Oh god, they're over here. Is he producing? He's producing 1 SCV from down here, and that is about it. These SCVs are actually allowed to live, maybe not. Nope, there we go. Now we're down to this 1 single SCV. DBS is just attacking her, but this game is basically done. These nuclear side... No, don't kill the nuclear capabilities. We like the nuclear capabilities. That's awesome. I mean, we already had a 47 kill ghost because of nukes and everything, but we can see that Ogna's attacking this mule with this SCV. That is ridiculous. Things go down, but 3 armor mules are taking 2 damage only from this SCV. That's really funny. And the SCV actually manages to kill it while it's doing that. And this is DBS is done. He's 60 out of 38. This game is over with. He's now... Are both players mining down here? Yeah, oh, he's trying to repair this command center, but it's burning down. But now you've got DBS moving down here. He might try and regain control of this base, and he should be able to take down the command center without too much difficulty, but he needs to get those SCVs. That's more important. There we go. They fall down. This orbital command should still be falling out. DBS can actually get the more favorable position down there, and the orbital does fall down. So DBS is going to probably move down and he's going to try and land here, but we've got a manor engineering bay that's going to prevent that from being able to happen, as these units are just falling. But look at Ogna. He's got a PF at this command center down there. He's got all these units, and now he's going to be building Marauders, Marines, anything his heart desires. He's got a Banshee going down somewhere. I don't even know where that Banshee is, unless it's down here. Was that starport? Yep. So DBS left a starport alive. That's going to be unfortunate for him. Ogna's got now maybe just siege this base down here, but DBS is just holding on for dear life as he's going to try and just whittle down Ogna's health. I mean, this is the first round. This is a best of 1. DBS has got to win this, otherwise he's out of this Zotac Cup completely and utterly. This command center is being lifted off. The SCV is still alive. I mean, the unit station is showing that there's 10 tanks and 11 Marines for DBS versus the 10 tanks, 12 Marauders, 40 Marines, and 2 Ghosts, and 10 Medevacs of Ogna. This is not exactly a close army fight, and DBS has now found this base over here, sees the PF, and his tanks are just sitting here. Oh my god, that's so bad. Ogna's just load up all those Marines and just drop them directly on top of this. We can see that scan. Is that Ogna's scan? It is Ogna's scan. I mean, I don't know why DBS would be scanning his own tanks, but he could easily be fearing ghosts, as that have been present for a while. So now DBS can kill off a unit or 2, but Ogna is just not choosing to win the game immediately. He's choosing to just pull back and, I guess, regroup with units and then defend. But look at these, so many units. I just want to see some Marauder bombs or Marine bombs on those tanks. That'd be a great way to go about this. But DBS is now mining from this area down here. Ogna isn't quite... There we go. Now he's going to be aware of this and see that... Wow, see that command center. DBS is just being ridiculous right now. You can see, let's see the income for the fun of it. Just watch the death happen. Though this is going to be the final engagement. There's nothing DBS is going to be able to do. There is so bad by me from DBS. And that's his GG. And that's just round 1, guys. We got the rest of the tournament to go.